Okay, everybody, we're going to do the, like and subscribe. No, I don't know. That's what I'm supposed to say, right? Oh, I am recording.
No, right now?
Yes, look. Oh my gosh, everybody's like in an uproar. So, like and subscribe. This is going on YouTube, y'all, okay? Now we are talking about our review for our triangle congruence test. Yay! Now, going over number 1. Yes. Okay, so number 1. Let's read it. Which of the following is not a triangle congruent postulate? So do you guys remember looking at your notes, right? Let's go back to our notes. We have our 4 congruent postulates. One's right there. Let me not highlight them in blue. Let me try yellow. Yellow? These are the 4 congruent postulates that we went over. And then HL is another one. We went over that in another video. So we talked about our reflexive sides and our vertical angles. And we also talked about 2 that were not congruent. Okay? Does everybody understand that? Now, let's go back. So we had, what's this first one? A. Very good. What's the second one? SSA or ASS. Now, go back to number 1. So, was ASA, was that one of the postulates? Yes, it was. What about SSS or side, side, side? Was that one of the postulates? Yes. What about SSA? Was that one of the congruent postulates? No, that is no. No SSA or no ASS. Okay? And then AAA was the other one. Okay? So your answer for this one would be SSA. Okay? The other non-congruent one is AAA, is also not. Also not congruent. Okay? All right, moving on to number 2. Are the triangles congruent? So, I hear some yeses. Very good. Let's talk about, we have a side over here. That's a measure of 4. Is there another? Yes, L. L. I'm about to say your name over YouTube. L. That is not what we're doing right now, is it? It's an awesome game, it looks like, but we are doing the review. Okay, so this side, does it have a side that is the same measure on the other triangle? Yes, so we're going to go ahead and mark that with the same tick mark. Notice I used the same tick mark. Do you notice that, G? G. I'm going to use the first letters of your name so that I don't have to say your name and put you up on blast on YouTube, right? Okay. Isn't that what y'all say nowadays? Put you up on blast? Is that right? No. Okay. Now, yes, we're going to put this on YouTube. Now, is there a second side? Let's use this one. Does the second triangle have the same measure side? Yes. We're going to also mark that one. How many tick marks? Can I do that? No. Why not? Because it's not 4, right? It's not the measure of the first congruent set of sides. So I have to do 2 tick marks to notate that I have another set or a second set of congruent sides. And what is the measure of my second set of congruent sides? Yes, very good. 7. Now, do I have a third set of congruent sides? Yes. And what is that measure? 5. So I'm going to mark that with how many tick marks? 3. Now, we can label, are we dealing with sides or angles? What is 4? Is this one, what is this, a side or an angle? Side. So I'm going to label it an S. The 7, is it a side or an angle? Side, very good. This 5, is it representing a side or an angle? Side. So what's my postulate, guys? S, S, S. So what's my answer, A, B, C, or D? Yay! Y'all warm my heart. My little heart. So warm. They're so amazing today. You guys are doing such a great job. I'm just so proud of you guys. Okay. Now let's go to number 3. Number 3. Do we have any sides or angles that are congruent? Yes, we do. Let's see. Somebody tell me, what is the measure of one of my congruent sides or angles? 4. Now, is that 4 going to be a side or an angle? Side. So how many tick marks? 1. Oops. 1 tick mark, and I'm going to go ahead and label it a side. Can I do this? What did Miss Wilson do wrong? It's not on the same side, is it? So that is not correct. I have to put the tick mark with what number? The 4. Very good. I'm also going to label it a side. Now, give me another congruent side or angle. 12. Good. How many tick marks am I going to put on that side? 2. Label it side. Can I do this? What did I do wrong? Oh, I labeled it an angle. That is not correct. I'm going to put 2 tick marks, and it's a side. Okay, now what else do I have left that's congruent? I have an angle, don't I? What's my angle measure? 30. Wonderful. You can just put 1, because remember, angles and sides are different, so I can put 1 arc mark. Okay, now, is this 30 representing an angle or a side? Angle, so I can put an A. Now, I want to tell you guys that order matters. Okay, I have an S and an S and an A on this triangle, but I can't just put, I can't just write it in any order. Which one would be the correct order? Order matters. Let me show you what I mean by that. One of the things I like to do, you see how this 4 has 1 tick mark? I'm going to highlight that one first. Okay? Because it has 1 tick mark. And it is not between 2 things that are congruent. Do you see how the angle measure that's 30 is between side 4 and side 12 that have congruency with the other triangle? So I'm not going to start there. I'm going to start with the one that's not in between. So I'm going to highlight 4. And that 4 was an S. So I'm going to put S first. Now, is there an angle right here that's congruent? Is this 30? Is that a congruent angle to the other triangle? Yes. So I can also put my A. And now I'm going to move to my other congruent side. And I'm going to put side. So the order that this postulate is SAS. Right, A? Got that, A? Yeah. I sound like, what's that? Canadian? A? Anyway, okay, moving on. Random moment. All right, so are the triangles congruent? Is my answer A, B, C, or D? C. Yes, they are congruent, and they are congruent by side, angle, side postulate. Okay? Y'all are doing so wonderful. Aren't they doing just the best, Miss Bronson? You're doing so wonderful. All right, number 4. Are the triangles congruent? Now, this one, they did not give us numbers. They just gave us markings. You saying yes, it is by D? No. All right, so let's label. What is F and C? What are those? Angles or sides? F and C. Angles. Or I could say angle EFD, and I'm referring to this one. This is an angle, and it's congruent to this angle. Okay, then I have this tick mark here. What is that tick mark representing, an angle or a side? Side, very good. And then I have this right here, and what is that representing? Right, and it's a second set of congruent angles. Again, order matters. We're going to start with a congruency that's not in between. So I'm not starting here at the side, and and I'm not writing side first. I'm starting at one of these angles. I can start at this one or that one, doesn't matter. So I'm going to start, erase this. And I'm going to start here and I'm going to highlight. When I'm starting at an angle, so I'm going to put my A first. Then I'm moving up my side, that's next, so side, and then I'm ending at an angle. So what triangle congruence postulate am I working with? Yes. And so what's my answer? A, B, C, or D? B. Very good. All right. Now here it's going to get a little tricky. It's going to get real heavy, y'all. Okay? Can y'all handle it? Now, are these triangles congruent? Oh, let's explore. Do I have a set of congruent sides? Yes, I do. So I can mark that. Do I have any congruent angles? Ooh, no, this is not, it's not congruent with any of these. So do I have any postulate that I can use? No. So it's not congruent. Okay? Now, which of the following triangle congruence postulates works for only right triangles? Now, this is the one we talked about in a different video, different notes. Okay? Good. Say it louder. HL. HL deals with right triangles. What does the H stand for in HL? Say it louder. Hypotenuse. And if you remember a right triangle, let's draw a right triangle. I'm going to A, B, C. Where does my right angle go? In A. Okay? And this points to line segment BC. And line segment BC is what? Very good, the hypotenuse. How do you spell it? I think that's right. Ooh, I'm not an English teacher because I don't spell well. All right, hypotenuse. I think that's correct. So when you have a right triangle and you have the hypotenuse and maybe a congruent leg, right? Then you would use HL, okay? Right triangles. All right? I think that's it, you guys. All right. So stay tuned for another video that will tell you how to do the other two problems that we're going to be working on for your review for your quiz tomorrow or Friday, depending on when Copy Center gets our copies made. Oh, and don't forget, you guys, what should they do?
Like and subscribe.
Wait, I only have one person. Let's try it again. What should they do?
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Yeah. I don't have any free merchandise, A. I can't give that out. All right, bye, y'all.